Hello everyone, wish you all a very happy new year. And when you hear new year, the first thing which comes to your mind is new year resolutions. Many a times you also hear our friends and relatives and acquaintances about how easily they gave up on their resolutions
भाई ये तो शुरू होते ही खत्म हो गया यार
and then they feel miserable about themselves.
मेरा तो इतना लाइफ खराब हो गया है, इतना लाइफ खराब हो गया है मेरा।
And if you're someone who's relating to this, then this video is for you. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today in this video we are going to talk about things to consider while making New Year resolutions, the do's and the don'ts. I'm pretty sure almost all of us know what New Year resolutions mean, but for those who don't know, New Year resolutions are promises which we make to ourselves in the start of the year, at the beginning of the year, and we keep up with those promises to start doing something or to stop doing something, like to make some habits or to break some habits, and then we follow them throughout the year. But many a times it happens that we are able to follow it for a couple of days or a week at max, and then we go back to square one. So in this video we are going to discuss some things which we should keep in our mind so that we don't go back to square one and we can continue doing whatever we have promised to ourselves for the entire year. So without any further delay, let's get started. So a quick disclaimer, these are my own learnings and whatever I feel is important, and I want to share this because if there's someone out there like me, and if even a single person is benefited after watching this video, it would really make me happy. I am not an expert, and these are all my own thoughts and learnings. You may disagree to it, and feel free to share your response to it in the comments below. All your views are welcome, and yeah, let's get started. Number 1, set realistic goals. This is a really important thing to consider because most of us get highly motivated in the beginning of the year and decide to do something very unreal and which we otherwise will know that it's practically not possible for us. And when we decide something like that, we tend to easily give it up because on the inside we know that it's really not possible to do it for the entire year. For example, there are some people who decide that I'll read 5 books a month, while in reality they know that they are not able to read a single book in the entire month. I am people is me. So yeah, if you decide something so unreal, how are you going to get through it for the entire year? So right, the people decide something very unreal and unrealistic and then they give it up very easily. So instead of doing that, know your limits, know your potential, and then accordingly set some real, practically possible, practically implementable goals. And yeah, that's a good start. Number 2, take one step at a time. So one can really say that resolutions are some kind of habits which we are either trying to make or we are either trying to break. Like we can start doing something or we have to stop doing something. And when one has to make or follow some habits, it's a gradual process. You have to go step by step, and in which we can say setting some real goals can be the first step to it. So after setting your goal for the year, you should try to break it down into simpler parts. So for example, if you have to lose 12 kgs of weight in a year, then you should try to break it down to 1 kg per month and work towards it in some particular method. Or for example, if you have a target of reading certain number of books, for example 12 books, 12 books in a year, so you should break it down further to 1 book per month and not force yourself to read 2, 3, 4 books in a single month. You know it's not going to happen. So why just force yourself to do it? Instead, go slow, go step by step, and follow and enjoy the journey. And if you enjoy the journey, you will obviously enjoy your success in the end. But despite of setting up real goals and following it step by step, you might feel that you are unable to do something, or you might feel like you need a break. So that's what brings us to the next point. Number 3, don't beat up yourself, aka procrastination is sometimes okay. So on days when you don't feel like doing anything, or when you feel a little low, or you feel like low on confidence or on motivation, it's okay. So what? We just go to bed that day doing nothing, and we wake up tomorrow and try again. And there's nothing wrong in that. It makes you more human. We need to take necessary breaks whenever required, because if you don't do that, you might get accumulated, it might get saturated for you, or it might it might make it monotonous, and then you might end up hating the activity which is actually your goal and which is actually going to benefit you in the long run. But then because of this little saturation, you might end up on giving it up entirely. So it's okay if you don't feel like doing it for 1 or 2 days, but just don't make it a habit. Okay, it's okay to procrastinate, but don't make procrastination your habit. But don't beat up yourself, and take a break once in a while, and that way you will keep yourself re-energized or recharged, and that might help you in starting off again with proper energy levels, and you will surely not hate your goal. And yeah, that's why breaks are necessary. Procrastination is sometimes okay. So now once you've started with your journey and you're taking a little breaks here and there and enjoying the journey, but sometimes it happens like you can't see any results, or you don't see the expected progress in your journey. What to do then? Number 4, do it at your own pace, aka give it time, and don't judge yourself quickly. So since we are agreeing on the fact that resolutions are habits, forming habits requires time. And we also know Rome was not built in a day, and what you're building is something more beautiful and more important than Rome. So yeah, if Rome required time to build, so will your habit. So it's okay if you're not seeing expected results in some stipulated time. Just because someone else did it in 5 days does not mean that you will also do it in 5 days. You might require 10 days, or you might even require 2 days for that. So don't judge yourself very quickly. Remember, it is a new year resolution and not a new day or a new week or a new month resolution. So you need to judge yourself only at the end of the year. So remember that, and do not judge your progress or your outcomes or your results in just few weeks or few months. And that brings us to the last point: celebrate small wins. So you might say that celebrating little things is just silly, but you don't have to make a big deal out of it, because whenever you give yourself a reward at the end of some activity, your brain tends to do it again in search of that reward which is waiting for you at the end of the activity. So this reward system really helps, and that's why you should celebrate your small little wins. You don't need to make big deal out of it, like go out and throw a party, but you can just reward yourselves in your own little ways. Like if you exercise for an entire week, paint your nails, give yourself a treat, or you can even go and have a cheat meal if you have been following a healthy diet for say 10 or 15 days. So you can have your own ways to celebrate. It's up to you. because it's your own habit, it's your own resolution, it's your own win, and it's up to you how to celebrate it. But do celebrate it, because it's going to help you achieve the task again, because your brain will know that there's this reward waiting for you, and it obviously wants the reward, so it will go and complete it. It will make you do the task over the period of time, and then ta-da! And not only this, but it will also make you feel good about yourself, and it will give you a little sense of achievement, which will help you to build a positive outlook towards your resolution, and that way you can keep going till throughout the year. Also, if you want to read or know or understand more about habit building, you should also read a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. It is a really good handbook, or a guidebook, or a guide to habit making or habit breaking, and it gives you little small ways to complete your tasks on the go, and it really is helpful, so you should really give it a try. And with that, we have reached the end of the video. I hope you found this video really helpful, and if you did, do hit the like button, share it with the ones who are going to set some new year resolutions and who might find it useful. And stay tuned for more videos, and hit the subscribe button, guys. It's free. Come on, do it. Also, let me know about your new year resolutions in the comment section below, and for more videos, stay tuned. Until then, take care. Bye bye.